Hey guys, welcome back to the DevWars podcast. Today we're doing episode 4. I'm Terrence Besman, not your host. Here with me we have Steven Somas, your host. Steven,
Hello.
say hi. Hello. All right, now we also have Don with us. Don, say hi.
Hey, that was a pretty
Hey.
good intro.
I like
You think
that.
That was a
so?
pretty
That was good.
Yeah,
Let's save that.
I give that 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. All right, so today's topics are coffee slash stimulants. That's
Yes.
going to be a good one. Steven's excited.
I love this stuff.
Collaboration between front end and back end developers, and potentially, if we have time, Mac versus Windows, or just generally like our operating systems of choice and some of our pain points that come along with them.
Mhm.
Lower volume, please, on Terrence.
Okay, I'll do it on my end. I'll do it on my. Maybe you do it. You do it on your end, I guess. I don't know. Should I do it on
I
my
can
end?
just move away from. This is good.
I'll do it on my end. I'll do it on my
alright.
end. Okay, I did it.
So
Yeah, without further ado, I
coffee.
guess let's just get into it. Yeah. So
yeah. So
coffee.
who drinks coffee every morning? Like, let's start there. Like, do you guys every single morning is the first thing you do?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
As soon as I sit down at my desk at work, I pour me a cup of coffee.
Do they have it brewed up for you, or?
There's like a machine that you like punch in. Like it's very fancy, and it has like vanilla coffee.
Is it a Keurig?
I don't even know what that is.
It's
A
like
Keurig?
what? It's like one of those. Like you get a little cup and you put it in the machine and you push it down and then it like. It's
No,
not.
There's no way it's a Keurig.
No.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about Keurigs. I'm not a fan.
You know what? I used to be the same way. I had one in college, and I was like, you know what? I don't want this. But then I have like a really nice percolator, and I just miss being able to be like, I want a cup of coffee. I'll have it in 2 minutes. Like the percolator, I have to clean it out, set the whole thing up. 10 minutes later,
You got your
there
cup
I
of
get
trash.
Yeah, I've got like a.
No,
if I'm a
like
Keurig, yeah, but
yeah. So the way I've seen, like the way I would drink a Keurig is like I've seen some people do this. They basically like put coffee grounds inside of the cup, and then they put so they freshly grinded it, and then they put it in the Keurig machine. So that's pretty legit.
I mean,
So you get like kind of both factors there,
Yeah, two different ways of going about it. But like, so where do you guys get your coffee if you're not like at your house?
I got a dealer.
He goes off to the
Understand.
corner.
So I guess we're moving right on to the stimulant side
Like
of it.
my one of my good friends is actually a barista at Starbucks. I'm not a big fan of Starbucks coffee, but hey, if it's free, it's like really good. Like tastes
Oh
really
yeah,
good. all
don't
the
you
time.
get like free bags of their coffee?
Yeah, because they get like I think like every month they get to take like a bag home. Or so, or maybe it's either every month or like every other week or something like that. But yeah, like he basically just gives them all to me because he's not a real coffee drinker himself, which is weird.
So I have a question though. Why do you guys drink coffee? Because I think for me it's very different from you guys.
I mean, caffeine definitely doesn't affect me anymore. But like, there's something that just I guess it's in my like nature now. Is I've been like kind of like conditioned to just have a great feeling when I have a cup of coffee. It's just kind of it kicks me into gear, even though it's not like
there's something
caffeinated.
there's something like hardcore about a black cup of coffee. There's just something about it. It's like I'm ready.
See, I don't smoke
That's-
cigarettes,
I
but
think-
it
No, go
really
ahead.
appeals to me. I don't know why. Like a coffee and like a black coffee and the cigarette, just I can totally understand why those two things go very well together. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I understand
For me,
half of that.
For me, it's very different. Like, I don't drink black coffee. I don't really need the caffeine, but for me, it's just something about a warm drink in the morning.
I understand that side too, because like I'll occasionally have like some tea and stuff, and it's like a hot beverage. It's nice, but like you really got to just do it black. Maybe you might not enjoy it, but once you go black,
it tastes horrible.
No.
that's the thing, dude. Like you condition
Wait.
yourself to like. Okay, first of all, yeah, like maybe it'll taste horrible, but it's like get over it. Get over it,
Steven,
and then persevere through it, and then you'll become a better developer at the end.
do you eat salt and vinegar chips? I'm just curious.
No,
You hate them.
I prefer chips without salt.
Okay, that's very interesting because I thought I was just like I like sour like punchy things. You know what I mean? That's what I thought because like
okay.
black coffee is kind of sour. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
not like you know what it hits you in a different way, especially depending on like the brew you get. But like I don't know. Don, were you go to Starbucks when you get your coffee when you're out or?
Yeah, and I get like I don't get like a normal coffee. I get the fancy
Oh, okay. You're
mocha. Yeah,
teenage white girl. I got you.
Yeah.
Teenage white girl.
I walk over there
like,
with my
I mean,
Uggs.
maybe you'll ease your way into. Just do it. Like, just get a hot cup of black coffee and
Nah, you don't want
purposely don't enjoy. Like, it's not to enjoy. Just like you're hardcore.
Not to enjoy. He's like one of those people that walks in with a shirt that says like "I'm a badass" kind of
Okay,
thing.
let's
like...
do this. Okay, so like, have any of you guys drank workout protein before?
Oh yeah.
Okay, see, that's the thing. I actually don't do that either. And that's what my friend said. He was just like, well, if you didn't have a protein phase, then you probably won't you won't be able to drink stuff like Soylent and black coffee.
That's interesting. That wasn't even the angle I was gonna approach it, but I've
Wait, what's a protein phase? What's that?
Like
Wait.
when you just drink terrible, like protein shakes.
They're not terrible, dude. They're delicious. It's
Okay,
like
so
really. Go ahead.
I was gonna say like, but you have drank protein shakes before, right, Don?
No,
What?
I can't drink anything that tastes terrible. Like,
Okay, that's where I was gonna go. That's the angle I was gonna go at. Cause like, what I've noticed is there's two kinds of people. There's the people who want the benefits of the protein and they just get in their system, and there's the people who spend time making or like shopping for like taste. That's their like. Like to me, I just like I don't care. Like yeah, taste is a factor, but to me, like I just slam it and get the nutrients out of it, and I'm good. And that pretty much goes for everything that I consume. Like if it's like stimulants or like protein in this case. So like I feel like you answering that question in that way kind of shows, why it makes sense why you stand that your stance on coffee.
On top of that, dude, funny that you say that because like a few months ago, well, I guess like a month or two ago, I was at my like strongest in terms of my lifting, like, and I was really on the eating grind. Like I would every single night, Steven can confirm, I would be like 7 o'clock, I gotta go make dinner, and I just really stopped caring about taste. So I would like eat, I would eat chicken, just like literally just three chicken tenderloins, and I'd shove that in my mouth. Go to the gym, and then the second I got back, I would chug protein and make a peanut butter on toast. And in the morning, I would eat like cottage cheese and peanut butter and apples all in a bowl, bro. It was disgusting.
That's average.
You know what I mean? Like you have to go at it. You know what I mean? It's a grind, it's like a lifestyle. But now I'm fat again. Here we go.
That was fast then, because you were hitting the gym like consistently.
Oh, I know, dude. I was going hard.
Oh, I know, because you would override like business hours. No, I'm just kidding. You'd never.
You were like not working.
Yeah. No, but
I was so big. What happened?
No, but like because it's a waste of time, right? To do all that. Like
no. I want to get back into it, but I just
no, not the workout, but like putting the effort into like making it taste good and stuff. It's like, is that what you saw in it? Is that why you did that?
Yeah, no, I understood it was a lifestyle, and it's just like of course, it's not gonna be a good time. It shouldn't be a good time. You're working at something. Like
yeah, it's like you just get it over with because it's like.
But also coffee, like I totally get why people want to enjoy that in the morning. That's not like a grind thing.
No,
Black
I get
coffee
that too.
like tastes good to me now.
Respect.
Yeah.
But extra respect for people who you drink it black. All right, what's up?
Do you guys drink Soylent or that? Yeah.
So what is that? Like soy sauce?
How are you not?
They have different kind of drinks, but it's basically a nutritious drink that should fill you up. Like it's like eating lunch or something. I've seen people like drink 3 Soylents a day.
Would a weight gainer fall in that category? Because some of those drinks can be very thick.
Oh yeah, it is thick.
But it's totally, and you're not gonna get fat if you drink 3 a day because that's like.
Yeah, no.
it apparently it goes out to exactly what your body needs for the day if you have like 3, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
So
Super
I want to
helpful.
point out like the fact that GT's never drank coffee before, and like
Yeah.
that's tough to you know, accept. I don't believe you.
No, dude. Some people are like. I remember Steven. You know my friend Sarah. When we were in like a little younger, we were walking and she was like, I never had a cup of coffee. I got her a cup of coffee and she hated it.
But she tried
dude.
it.
Oh wow.
But she tried it.
She
though.
tried it. Well, she didn't. I don't think she hated it. She was like, not for me or something like that. She's like, it's all right. You know, she tried it, yeah. But I feel like if you come that far and you haven't had it, why not?
Yeah.
Does she like hot chocolate? Hot chocolate?
Probably. It sounds like something she'd like. I don't know.
Extra sugar on top.
Did you give her a black coffee? Just like here.
No.
take-
I took her to
take it.
7-Eleven. I remember she was like, I was like, yeah, you probably want a lot of milk and sugar kind of thing, you know,
Okay,
your
yeah.
first time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's the
I can
first-
see. Yeah, people don't. I didn't like my first cup of coffee. Like let's
So-
can we talk? Go ahead.
When was your first cup of coffee?
Yeah, I was just gonna.
Was
ask,
it at an
yeah.
early age?
I was a youngin. I remember my dad used to take us to the city every weekend because like he wanted to work law, and like New York City, BTW. I live in New York, and he would always take us to the Starbucks across the street. And dude, this is how you get diabetes as a kid. You know those like it's like a frappuccino. Is that a word? Frappuccino?
Yeah,
I think it's they own the term frappuccino, but yeah.
Genius. Yeah, no, I got that, and that was a heart attack right there, dude. It was so much whipped cream and like sugar and.
yeah.
I still love those.
It's funny because I used to drink those caramel frappuccinos. Those were amazing. But like after I got into coffee a lot, you know, I went to go try it again, and it was like way sweeter than I remembered. And from there, I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah, it was like, and it makes your mouth feel so like weird. I don't. Yeah, never getting that drink again.
So my first cup of I don't know when my actual first cup of coffee was, but basically all throughout my life, I just like coffee's not for me sort of thing, you know. And one day, you know, I came to a point where I'm like, I realized that I was constantly like, because I work on my computer, and every now and then I'd just get up and I'd have to go lay down because like I'm just like done with it, you know. I'm like not done with what I needed to do, but just like I can't stay there and like focus, you know.
Yeah.
And so I kept doing that, and I realized that this is a waste of time, especially. And this is the early days of starting. It was a startup at the time, the business, and you know, trying to put time into it. And it's like, oh, this is gonna take forever if I keep laying down. So then I looked and I saw this Folgers like thing, and I'm like, and I eventually went and made myself a cup of coffee. I hated it, but there was something about it that made me like. And it was black too. That was my first. I didn't drink it because I already knew I wasn't gonna like it. I drank it and I was like, you know what? This is hardcore. That I'm putting myself through this. And then like I honestly felt like some effects of it. Maybe it could have been a placebo effect. I don't know, but I was feeling it and it helped me. And ever since then, I just kept drinking coffee. And Folgers is horrible. It's disgusting. But if they ever, but I like Folgers if they, no, let's not talk crap about companies. I like Folgers.
Yeah.
Folgers is cool. They've never done me wrong. In fact,
should sponsor us.
they should, because you know what? They got me to fall in love with coffee. They were
Today's
there.
episode is brought to you by Folgers and no.
Folgers was there
Roll cue the ad.
when no one wasn't. You know what I mean?
I feel that.
Yeah, they got you in. They got you in early.
Okay, so you guys want to talk about other sorts of stimulants?
I just still can't get over how GT's never had a cup of coffee. He said, honestly, I think I wouldn't hate coffee at all. It smells nice. I just don't want to drink something that messes with my body in that way. And I don't want to get used to caffeine giving me a boost when I don't need that. That's interesting.
Oh, question: do you guys drink soda?
Okay, I'm gonna say no. Steven, go
Yeah, I'm
ahead.
gonna say no too. Like I'll drink it, but like I don't go out of my way to get soda anymore.
It's like
Yeah,
a
same here.
treat kind of thing. And when
Yeah.
I do, I get the extra cancerous version with the diet. You know? Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah, I think you should at least
tastes
try it,
better to
GT.
me.
You're not gonna see any long-term effects, or anything like that. You know, just even a sip. just a sip. You know, you don't have to have.
Nah, I'm against. I'm Steve. No, stay pure. Stay pure. If you haven't, if you come this far and you haven't done it, why would you?
Slam that cup of coffee.
Fights. All right. So other stimulants.
Yeah. Wait. Tea. I've been getting into the tea game lately, and I know like.
Oh, we didn't even talk. I forgot about
tea. Can be pretty hardcore. You know, and this is coming from a guy who drinks black coffee. You could drink tea black. Apparently, so I have a friend who's from England, and you know, he gave me some tea, and I sent him a picture of me drinking the tea, and he was actually surprised that I was drinking the tea black.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, they put milk in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, because he was like, he's like, you know, do whatever you like though if it makes you happy. And then he was like, you know, but if you ever go to England, don't do that. I was like, oh my gosh, is it that bad? I was like, really? I find that surprising because I thought the most avid of, you know, tea drinkers would appreciate tea in this way too.
Yeah, right.
You know, because that's how it works in the coffee world, at least. You know, if you really truly appreciate the taste of coffee, you wouldn't cover it up with a bunch of sugar and stuff to the point where it's not even coffee anymore. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah,
But yeah, they put milk in it. I haven't, or cream or whatever. I haven't done that before. I've never put milk in tea. To me, that's odd. But you know, I like trying things, so like I'll eventually try. I'm not against trying it.
Don, do you drink tea?
No, not at all.
Nah, yeah. I go in like, you know, phases. You know, like I'll have it and then I'll be like, I'm back to coffee. It always comes back to coffee, honestly.
Yeah, if you ever had loose leaf tea, that's pretty.
Yeah. Isn't that the? I mean, it's the same thing, just without the bag. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's way more like legit in my opinion. It's like you know, the same concept with coffee. Like you get the beans fresh, you grind them yourself, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Bags are like, I feel like.
How about
You know what? I use my percolator. I put loose leaf tea in the percolator instead of coffee grounds, and it works the same way.
What kind of perks do you get?
Stopping power, juggernaut.
Oh, nice. Juggernaut. How long what's the duration on that juggernaut?
So Don, what were you gonna say?
yeah, let's just move on. Do you guys? How about Red Bull?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
Oh boy.
Yeah, like basically on a good night with my friends, you always got a Red Bull. You know.
There was a phase where every morning I would before the whole coffee thing, I would go to college and drink like a full can of Monster, like, you know, those large ones. Like that was.
Oh, Monster's gross though.
Yeah, I know, but like, you know, I mean, I would drink anything, but like, I just like the way it was, like the can was, like I don't know, it was like, it's a bigger size can and
toxic.
But yeah, I mean, and Drunk have said this, like, and we're kind of trying to tie it into this, like, you know, boosting your productivity as a developer.
Yeah.
And so like, I guess in a nutshell, for me, it does boost productivity because, you know, it keeps me from wanting to leave the computer to go, you know, lay down. Like I said, that was my struggle, when I was first starting out. But what about you guys? Does it actually help you be more productive, or are you just drinking it to drink it?
Don, you go first. Yeah.
To me, I think I'm just drinking it to drink it, with the exception of Red Bull. Like Red Bull does like boost productivity for me. But yeah, how about you, Terrence?
So like if I take a break from coffee and like I don't drink coffee a lot anymore because it's just I don't make it in the morning because I'm a lazy scumbag. But like when I do make it now, it definitely increases the productivity because I've taken a break. But when I drink it on a regular basis, different story. Red Bull most certainly increases productivity.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not an energy drink fan anymore. Have you guys ever had the organic energy drinks? Those are interesting.
What? That sounds disgusting.
No, it's actually not. No, there's some legit ones. There's one that comes to mind. I don't know if it's like overseas or not, but it's called Highball.
Highball.
Yeah, I've never heard of this.
The pomegranate one, dude. It's legit, dude. I'll drink that. I go out of my way to.
Out of Arizona. Highball?
I don't know. Maybe not. It could be.
Oh, it's from Japan. Wait, no, this is an alcohol. It's a mixed drink.
Highball energy drink. Search Highball organic
energy.
energy drink.
Oh, there it is, Highballer. Oh, that's how. Okay,
The pomegranate one, dude. Oh, it's good stuff, dude.
Where are
Oh,
these
they have them
things
on
based out
Walmart.
of?
They have them at Walmart. Apparently, what? No.
Oh, they're based out of Cali. Okay, that makes sense.
It's good. It's like I don't know if you guys get the shaky effect from energy
Oh
drinks.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe you like that, but this doesn't give you that. At least not for me, and not for the people that I've had try it as well. So
Oh, yeah, I love that.
yeah.
Question: Going back to the coffee thing, do you guys get super like anxious if you
Yeah.
drink
Always
coffee
happens.
after like 5 p.m.? Yeah.
After 5 p.m.
Mhm.
No, it doesn't matter. It's just if I drink too much, I bug out internally. I start sweating. Like literally, I'll start sweating. I just bug out.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Mm.
How about you,
I have-
Steven?
What's that?
Is there a certain time you'll stop drinking coffee? Is it just only a morning thing, or
Yeah,
you'll just
and
make
it's
it
more
whenever?
of a personal health issue. I don't know. Like I have a, like a abdominal side pain, and so I'm linking it with drink. I'm like caffeine might make it worse. I haven't identified what it is. I'm still like in the process of like visiting my doctor to figure out what it is, and I'm that. So I kind of use away from coffee every now and then, because I've identified that might be triggering it, but. But aside from that, I would drink it like a way more like than I'm doing it now. In fact, I actually own an espresso machine that unfortunately I rarely ever use now. But I would probably make myself like lattes and stuff like in the morning.
Do you think you have appendicitis? Right, that's what that's called.
I don't know what that even is, but that sounds pretty scary.
It's very common, right? They do the I don't know. Yeah, you'll figure it out with your doctor. That's your.
It could be a pinched nerve.
so-
Medical advice from Terrence.
Yeah.
Terrence, MD.
So GT said that as far as work goes, which is interesting, like I don't use anything to boost productivity. In fact, I believe coding past 6 hours a day is counterproductive and a waste of time. So what do you guys think about that? I think
Fake news.
I don't know, because like how is it being counterproductive if you actually are doing stuff within the 6 hours? The only way I'd see that it is like isn't counterproductive or double negative. Those confuse me sometimes. The only way I see where it's not productive the only way where I see it's not productive is if you're like not, like over time you get worn out or something, get tired from working. I get that, and then I can see how that can eventually cause you to not be productive anymore. So if that's kind of where you're getting at, I highly agree. But if you're able to consistently like do well in a work environment and like push, work out, then if you're able to like work 6 hours straight, then that's very productive. Or past, 6 hours straight. I would love to have that trait.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it has anything to do with the coffee, But
Yeah.
You guys want to talk about other stimulants and like who does what, when, where, why, how?
Weed.
No, that is not a stimulant. That was a controversial chart. We're trying to avoid that.
Counterproductive. So
It's legal.
let's. So, what about
Adderall?
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. So, this is interesting because I talked to Terrence a couple of days about my frustration with my memory or my focus. Like, yeah, caffeine helps, but I kind of want to push it further. I know some of you guys are thinking, "Oh my gosh, like this guy, he's getting addicted," and this is exactly why I don't want to get into caffeine. But that's not it at all. That's not it at all.
Coffee is the gateway drug to Adderall. Just like his band's coffee.
No, like I wasn't even thinking of Adderall. I was more thinking of me being frustrated with my cognitive functions. Like I feel like I'm consciously aware that I'm not like my brain's not keeping up. Sometimes that sounds weird, but that's kind of how I feel, and it's making me frustrated. And like things like I could be in a business. I could be in a business meeting. Or sometimes even on a podcast, like, I have trouble thinking of what I want to say ahead of time, and it's irritating. And I feel like it has something to do with my brain. And so I was thinking like, my original thought was like, maybe I can try some supplements that would help, boost brain productivity or just overall cognitive, functions.
This is how the conversation happened, by the way. He told me he was like taking like he wanted to buy memory improvement stuff, and I got upset. I thought he was getting scammed, I'm like, Steven, no,
It does.
you're better than
Yeah,
that.
I was skeptical too. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
but
probably
you know,
still
you looked it up, and it was from GNC, and
Well,
it's
that's not even the
trash
original
coming from
brand I
them.
was going for. It was New Tropics. I don't know if you guys heard of that. I'm sure some of you guys actually probably heard of it. It's popular in the developer community. Believe it or not, they actually reached out to me in the early phases when I was running the Syntax show prior to DevWars, looking for a spot in the sponsorship on the show. I mean, I wasn't like a big shot show or anything but they were definitely like reaching out to streamers and stuff, and they were going to send me stuff,
Ooh.
Wait, so what do they make?
They make like stuff to help you be smarter and stuff like that. That's kind of how they pitched it.
I didn't know this
like
exists.
I think it's fake news, honestly, right? Because if that
Yeah.
existed, wouldn't everybody just be on that, right? Like, I feel like no, right? No way. I just don't believe it.
I kind of see your point too. Like that's why I was a little skeptical. Like it can't. There's no way because everyone should just be taking this.
Yeah.
But
Like when you say this, all I have in my head is just like the show or the movie Limitless, where he takes that pill.
Exactly. That movie was amazing. All I wanted after that, I was like, I need that, like so bad.
Yeah.
All right, so like Adderall. So Steve and I were having this conversation, and I recommended him taking Adderall, not like him going up to some guy on the streets, but I was like, maybe you're telling me your symptoms are trouble focusing.
Yeah.
It sounds like symptoms of like ADD. I don't know if you ever got checked or whatever.
I don't know.
So he could go to a psychiatrist and it's like a normal thing. It's not a huge deal. I know a lot of people that take Adderall. So, Don and I have both taken Adderall. Don, was prescribed, prescribed Adderall, but now he doesn't have a prescription anymore. So, Don, why don't you tell us like some of your experience? How do you feel Adderall affected you in your workflow?
So let's start from the beginning because I think it did more harm than good as a like young person. But now that I'm older, like I can really control when I need to take it. Like when I was little, I was just taking it, just to take it. But now I can, it's very controlled. I only take it when I need to. Haven't taken it in about, I'd say like 8 months or so.
Oh wow.
Oh
yeah.
Quite a while.
So but it definitely helps with the focus thing. With me personally, when I'm not on it, I have a bunch of like it's hard to collect my thoughts.
Yep. I have
And when I'm on it, like it's just free flowing. It's like everything's so concise.
You guys are
Dude, it's amazing how we were using the same words before. I was like, it's free, like flowing. All the thoughts are flowing and perfectly going.
Doesn't that sound okay? Well, let's use your own logic, Terrence. Why wouldn't everyone be on that? Oh well, I guess not everyone has that issue. Okay, I just
exactly.
Yeah.
I
think but I get super agitated when I'm on it. Like if I'm on it and someone tries to talk to me, I get super mad. So that's why when I used to work in Orlando, like I would only take it when I was working at home, when I could just just be by myself.
I gotta say, it's like 150% power boost. Like when it comes to coding on Adderall, like that was, dude. I remember Steven asked me to do something. I'm like, all right, bro, I have to go to class. I'm gonna take the ads right now, and then I'll come back and I'll work. So I went to that physics class, right? And there's this kid in there he's so full of himself. He's like a developer and like he's got some stuff under his belt. But my God, he is not humble. And we were having a conversation that day, and he was talking about GraphQL, and I was like, man, I didn't like working with it, whatever, for this, like, because Steven and I were doing a project or whatever, and he was like, what do you mean? Like, he's like, objectively, it's great. And I'm like, cool, bud, you haven't used it. And then I just, like, all these awesome arguments just kept coming out of my mouth. Like, it was so valid. And I'm like, wow, I could not have done this. It was so great.
You guys are talking me into this.
Dude, go get it right now.
Whoa,
you probably have friends
can the stream please chime in? Is this a bad idea? Are they talking me into something horrible? And,
no, it's not even like...
Is my life going to be in turmoil because I'm going to get addicted to this stuff and be dependent on it?
Well, here's the thing. Once you do Adderall, you have to do meth. That's like the rule.
Okay.
That's the rule.
Okay, so I want to stop for a moment and just thank Brent because he just subscribed to DevWars. So thank you so much.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate that
Thank you,
support.
Brent.
And sorry, because we normally have Twitch alerts on here, but because we have the new stream scene here, so it's like that's not set up. So
What if you like accidentally showed them the new frame? What if you just accidentally did that?
That would be horrible. Because
You wouldn't want to tease them?
no, I'm teasing them right now on the MailChimp. By the way, if you guys aren't subscribed, we're pushing out some quality content on the MailChimp. So,
But syntax, how do I subscribe to the
oh, glad you asked, because all you have to do is go to your browser. Any browser works. You could be Chrome, Safari, anything.
IE6?
Netscape?
Let's not.
Let's hold off.
Hold off on that. Okay. So go to devwars.tv and bam. Literally the only thing you can do on the site is subscribe. We made it easy for you guys.
Yeah. That was good stuff, man.
Oh, and we have a Discord, an official Discord, which if you go to the website, you'll find a handy link there too. So hopefully you guys be a part of our awesome community. All right.
Yeah. So
are we moving into the next topic here?
well, so final notes. Are you gonna go and get prescribed Adderall, or are you gonna do it?
I don't know. I'm still like kind of on the fence because I feel like you guys are bad influence right now, like on my life right now.
Dude, think about what great people we are, and we're just giving you solid advice.
That's what I mean. So, all right, I want to read up real quick.
Again, bro.
GT said, DevWars, have you heard about microdosing? If you know what that is, can you discuss it? I find it interesting, and I can actually see myself trying it at some point in the future just to see how it affects me. I'm going to take a shot in the dark and see if I could guess what he means. And so there's like creatine. I don't know if you guys take that or heard of it.
Yeah.
I know you have, Terrence. Basically, like, I would take creatine like like every other month. So I would, or pre-workout works the same way. Like you use pre-workout for like a set amount of time and then you stop, you get off of it, and then you go to the gym without pre-workout now, and then over time lay off of it again. Or that's what I'm thinking he means. But
isn't microdosing like, I know it can be about anything, but I think he's referring to developers and being on LSD, right? Like they microdose, they take small amounts of LSD every day.
Oh my god, really?
Oh, dude, apparently the creativity boost is like...
I thought it was like the concept of dosing, not necessarily something that's...
Well, yeah, it is, like the concept, but I think what he's definitely referring to LSD in this case, because that's like a thing in Silicon Valley, right? Like...
Yeah, so yeah, it's kind of a huge thing. It's actually not with developers a lot of the times, it's with designers. But yeah, they'll like microdose LSD. Yeah, I don't know, it's like a thing.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just not for me. Like,
yeah,
just not for me.
I think I would flip out.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah,
I wouldn't recommend.
LSD has a lot of like therapeutic effects, especially like they just recently are using it like officially to treat PTSD.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So like it's not like it's not seen as like a harsh drug anymore. It's very useful. Which is nice. That's a nice change in things. But I don't know.
I love.
We should probably wrap up the drugs.
Look how I know we're getting deep. We're just getting deep here. Drunk Kev basically wrapped up the stream here.
Adderall for devs, microdosing on LSD for designers. All right, that settles the topic. Moving on.
Moving on. What was the next topic?
We better.
Collaboration between front end and back end. So like, how do these developers work with each other if you're not full stack? And like, what are our pain points?
I just go up to developers and ask, "Will it scale?" And
you scum of the earth! You trigger every freaking backend dive. What does it do? Oh my god, I hate. Well, we're using MongoDB. I heard that doesn't have web scale built in. Yeah.
Oh man, I love that video.
So, I'm a backend dev. Don is a...
I don't know what it is.
I have trouble with this every day, pretty much. For DevWars, I do front-end stuff, but for my day-to-day job, I do infrastructure, like CI, pipeline testing.
That's totally back. That's like, that's literally in the You're just your own category of fun.
What exactly
Yeah.
is that? I actually am curious. Like, what do you mean?
So I help build the test infrastructure, and I help
Ah,
build the CI pipeline, like continuous integration. So when a developer pushes code up until it gets deployed into production, like that whole pipeline.
You don't do DevOps, do you? Do you like that's not your job, right? Like you don't have to worry about. You're just worrying about the CI part of the DevOps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like whether it's like something small from when like if a test fails and that failed test gets posted to the developer in Slack, like it's just those little parts within the CI pipeline. It's pretty much my focus.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
And you really enjoy that, which is freaking awesome because that's
Yeah.
like it's very creative. Maybe you should be microdosing.
No, I love
Um,
it because I get like more ownership of like I don't know what the developers use, which is
Right.
cool.
Yeah. Steven, you're definitely front end, yeah?
oh yeah, and not even like fully front end too, because apparently front end does include JavaScript. And
I understand. Well, no, I wouldn't. I call that the middle end because JavaScript is like so way more intense than it used to be that I
Yeah.
couldn't dare classify that as like I don't know. Well, I want to comment on what Chris said. He said you're closer to full stack than a back end dev. Just because you prefer back end doesn't make you a back end dev. Yeah, I can write HTML and I can write CSS, but I cannot like build anything with it because the second I make anything, I'm like that's the ugliest thing. So I just don't even bother. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know
but
the
you're not a
syntax, but I
designer
wouldn't-
though. Yeah, I mean, to me, a front end developer doesn't have to be good at design.
yeah,
Yeah, but I couldn't. I couldn't do. I couldn't build a website and I mean, yeah, I guess I could use Bootstrap or whatever. I don't know. I wouldn't call myself full stack. It's just I'm so ugly.
but
So,
personality wise, you generally lean one way more than another. Like, but
Some people go full stack. Like
I get
that's,
that, but like, I mean, they got like 60% more. They like,
oh yeah, no, it's not. I think it's the majority leans one way.
yeah.
Now, so let's talk about how we collaborate because that's like the hardest part. I like to think Steven and I have a really good workflow, but I'm way more interested in Don's workflow.
Yeah.
Like, how do you collaborate? Like, let's say there's a new thing you guys are building. I know you guys kind of have a particular focus at your new company, but at your old web agency, when you guys got a new project and they choose new technologies, what's the first like meeting like? Do you guys discuss technologies and then you go research and build CI based around that stack?
No, so yeah, when a new project comes in, we almost always talk about the features first, and the features
Okay.
will dictate what technologies we use. Yeah.
Nice.
So there you go. Nice.
But what was the question?
Yeah,
Did
so-
I
How do you like begin to choose like your? So I'm confused. Maybe is CI? Are you always using the same tooling regardless of the stack?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the agency life that I lived.
Yeah. Even there, like, is the CI always this? Like, it doesn't matter. Let's say you have 10 projects. They're all running different stacks. Are you using the same CI pipeline for? Oh, okay. So you have. Oh, so you're just managing this big beast of a.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
It's like you create a framework. You're going to use that framework for multiple projects.
Gotcha. I'm loving that the people in my house decided now is a good time to vacuum when I told them that I'd be doing this. It's good times.
Unbelievable. Can you guys believe this?
There's no respect. Zero
No
respect in this
respect.
house. So Steven and I actually I really want to hear more about the CI stuff because it's so interesting to me. So like when there's like a build problem and you think like is it me or is it them? Like what do you do?
I get alerted first, so I just look into it, and then if it's not me, then I direct the focus to an engineer and like loop them in.
Is it ever hard to like determine is it me or is it him?
Usually you can tell because it's like if you push code, I don't know. I know it's me if I push code and then seconds later something fails or an
Yeah.
hour later something fails. So if I get alerted and I didn't push code today, then I know it's not me. I don't know. It's just
Gotcha.
I can tell without even looking at the problem.
You've been doing this
Dang.
for a while, so you must be coming up on like really good little. I don't know.
And plus, I
Seriously,
usually anything that could disrupt the flow, I like do it on Saturdays and Sundays, so
genius.
so I can be prepared. Yeah. So
You
it
ever
doesn't
deploy on a
disrupt any-
Friday?
all the time.
Living that
No,
savage
no.
life.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh man! Right before the winter break, yeah, we just deploy everything.
Oh, do they give you
No.
a full week off? Like, what do they? How long do they give? Do they give you off, or do you take holiday?
They gave us up until the Christmas, and then up until the New Year's.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. I was kind of curious how that works in professional environments because I know, like, I love the vacuum, love it. They have to take their own time off, like even though it's holiday or whatever. It's on them.
So,
So,
Steven, how do you tell Terrence what to do?
he's gonna laugh. This
It's
is
fun.
where-
It's like this is actually funny. Like a small little thing. Like it could be like little nuances. Like on Trello, like he doesn't like when you write tasks a certain way.
It's just, okay. Maybe. Do you think I'm? All right, you guys.
No.
can
Like
determine if I'm the punk.
listen. I wouldn't have adjusted myself if that didn't make sense. So I have been mindful over that. But why don't you fill them in?
Okay, make it so that. So that phrase right there tilts me beyond 180 degrees. Because like if okay, I literally wrote an article about this, and I want to link it.
He's passionate about it.
The importance of tone in tickets and why it matters how you write your tickets. I'm gonna find a link, but basically I'll put it at the end of the show. But Steven would like put like the way he writes his tickets, and it's just the wording. Am I a snowflake? Am I a millennial snowflake that I can't handle the way people? It just triggers me. Like I don't know.
What? Tell him what I said.
Make it so that X, Y, and Z, and then that. Stop! It's not funny, dude. It really tilts me.
It's not even like good grammar too. Like make it so that like.
Yeah.
But
make it so that the home page does this when they click this, and I respect the task, but like. Instead of writing make it so that, you can write it like acceptance criteria, like the real agile way, which is totally more objective about the task and has no emotion in it, which is the idea.
So just so the audience understands, how would you rewrite that?
Feel the tilt.
Yeah.
It makes
it's
sense.
real.
It makes sense. Like, but from my standpoint, I didn't think about like I wasn't intending to like make you upset, and so
No. I wasn't upset. Here's
I know, but
by the
I
way.
quickly realized, it makes sense that I could see myself, especially over time, maybe not at first, but over time, that kind of getting under my skin. So I made a correction, and hopefully you haven't seen tasks like that in a long time.
And that's the best thing, dude. We're just improving each other left and right every day. Our workflow is nuts.
Yeah, so the more you communicate, the better the productivity is.
Yes.
Absolutely. That's why, like, since we always want to like talk about work in the same office together and how much more we could accomplish if we were just right next to each other.
Yeah, I'd probably whip him.
Dude, this is what I'm saying. This is why I have had opportunities to go down to Arizona and live with him, and these are some key reasons. I'm terrified, bro.
But it's all for good fun, yeah?
Yeah.
It's all
Backpedal,
It's all for good fun. Yeah, Don, speaking of, seeing each other in the real life, IRL, Don was here in Arizona for a bit. He
Oh
bounced.
my
He
god.
bounced real quick.
45 minutes.
He was on a
45 minutes.
layover. Oh my god. And
Yeah.
Steven gets tilted.
He sent me a screenshot on Hangouts to let me know that he was in Arizona, but he purposely cropped it so that I couldn't see, when or where. I know what he was thinking. He knew I was gonna stop by, or just in case he cropped it. Don,
I gotta ask, did you do that on
scared to-
purpose?
he did it on
No,
purpose. He
no,
did.
no, I
Nope,
didn't do
was-
it on purpose.
It was
I wanted to
masterfully.
get-
Yeah.
Alright, but our workflow though.
Our work.
Okay, but no,
I'm not
Terrence,
mad. No, I'm not mad.
Steven, Steven brought up a good point. So what tools do you guys use? Like Steven mentioned Google Hangouts. Um,
Hangouts, Trello, and that's it. And I wish we were using Jira, but this is a whole other
Yeah,
conversation.
well, if you guys want to know about
Vacuums.
that conversation, you could see that on our last podcast. Like,
Steven, are you picking up the vacuum? Because I'm about to go out and
No, you're
lose
fine.
it.
I actually don't really hear anything.
Very
Discord's probably
interesting.
doing a good job at blocking it out. I mean, I hear a little bit of background noise, but it's not bad.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Rip.
Actually, FreakSpot, I did update the title. All of the Twitch titles should be taken care of, and also YouTube's always been taken care of. So
Nice. So when it comes to, so why do you use Hangouts?
that's
Is it just
actually
like-
a good. Let's table that until Terrence gets back because I'm sure
I'm
he's
back.
gonna. Okay. All
Full
right.
tilt, man.
Let's take it right out of the table. All right, Don, ask your question again.
Why do you use Hangout?
Okay, so Terrence, I wanted you here for that. So
Hangouts.
like, I'm not
Oh.
even like, I don't even like love Hangouts anymore. But like,
What?
you know, there's several reasons why I use it though. Still, you know, I like the fact that it's just kind of like hovering over. Let me send you guys a screenshot. I'll post it in the chat. But basically, like, there's an app you could get on your desktop, and it just kind of hovers over.
Well, that's only on Windows. It's like
I
broken
guess-
on.
Yeah, on Mac
other
it
one.
sucks. But I just
Alright,
sent
let
you
me
guys
just
a
tell you.
screenshot. This is what it looks like on the bottom right corner. It's pretty cool. I feel like it's much easier and organized to like contact someone like Terrence. You know, and also another reason why I like Hangouts is I'm able to easily search through my Gmail for like any of our past conversations. So I kind of use it as like, you know, a log of some sort.
Yeah.
But and on my phone it's great, but Mac is the only thing. It's like I don't like it. Yeah, and like that the thing I was gonna say is like I ideally would like to use one thing, and like Discord. Brent brought it up. You know, why not just use Discord for all the, you know, communications? But I don't know, something about Google Hangouts just feels like it's like a less of a barrier to get. I don't know if that doesn't really make sense, but to me,
No, I feel you.
yeah, it just feels easier to contact you on Hangouts for some reason. But we use Discord for literally everything else, even voice now. We used to use Hangouts for voice.
Oh my god.
It was
what a
hell.
mess, dude. I'm so glad we made that All right. So, first of all, Hangouts, they so when they released Google Allo, that came out I think it was like a year ago, they announced it. Hangouts changed their focus to be fully business oriented, and I think that's why Steven and I like it so much. Because that's what we're using it for. But it's like a real messaging app. It's not. I feel like Discord is kind of like a side app. You know what I mean? Like Discord is there for like I keep that for like my friends and when I'm playing a video game. But and
Yep.
Steven and I also use it when we're talking on voice. It's really good quality. He can share and source 60 FPS. Amazing if he pays for Nitro. And it's just Discord's really good. Like I give them credit where credit's due. But Hangouts is just. We've been using it, and like he said, it integrates with Google's G Suite, so you get to search all your stuff in Gmail. It's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. So like we use we kind of adapted Google Hangouts for like a lot of our business conversations, or I mean it's our like go-to. But they're definitely not doing anything with it. They're definitely not trying to make it improve it or anything. Because like there was this annoying bug where like every time we would call each other. First of all, you would still hear the ringing, like even after you
my
answered it.
God.
Every
It would-
device.
Yeah. Every device, yeah, that's connected. Also, that's why like we always loved initiating the phone call first.
Oh yeah, it would be like who'd call
Yeah,
first, so
who'd
the
call
other one
first?
has to deal with the ringing.
Yeah. The other thing too was that basically the phone call, it would automatically turn on your webcam sometimes, like without.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
dude! I saw some sick stuff because of that. Not on Steven, but let me tell you, it's happened before. People calling me at the wrong time, didn't know their webcam was on. And yep, that is like illegal. That's got to be illegal, right? That to automatically turn on the webcam.
It's like borderline. Like so immediately if I know, so I mean either you keep something over your webcam or like you immediately hit cancel, turn off on the, but defaults turns it on every time. And then the other
Crazy.
thing that was triggering about it is every time we try to share a screen, It would
Oh
dude, like we basically realized this bug. Like we can reproduce this bug every time. So basically like the workaround was we would purposely like join the call. Like once we join a call and we knew we were going to screen share, we would immediately leave and rejoin and then screen share. Because if you just screen share right after you join the call the first time, then it will just show a black screen for them 100%
But then
of the time.
Steven and I, for months, would just hate on Google every time
You
came up
guys
with,
are like-
trash developers.
I feel like you guys could be the QA team at Google.
Oh yeah, dude, that's what
Man,
we do.
yeah, like I wish they would improve it because really it could make our lives better. But anyways,
Oh.
Discord came around and blessed us, so we're good now.
Yeah, thank God.
Speaking of Discord,
Alright,
I kind of want to tie this back to like DevWars a little bit because a lot of you guys know from, or maybe some of you don't, but in season 2 and 1, we were using TeamSpeak for a lot of what, yeah, like for like voice
Forgot about
conversations,
that.
for like the live games and everything. And I'm just so glad Discord came around even for that because DevWars, obviously we're using Discord now, but it's going to be used for the games, the live games, and it's going to make it so much easier for people to join. You know, you could do it through the browser. A lot of people were having trouble like just downloading TeamSpeak or connecting sometimes, believe it or not, and that was really annoying. But
Yeah.
I think the whole workflow is just so much nicer. It's
For the
like-
record, oh, go ahead.
How do you guys see like the war that's going on with Slack versus Discord?
Well, Slack is way more business oriented.
yeah.
Discord chose a different demographic than Slack did.
I think
Slack
Yeah.
nailed it, and now they're making a lot of money on their demographic. And Discord, their demographic has no money to give out. It's cheap gamers. I think they're gonna hit that problem later down the road until Discord becomes ads, and then it's Skype again. You know, that's what I really hope doesn't happen. I hope people are willing to shell out $5 a month if that's what it takes to keep Discord a great platform.
I think Discord makes much more sense, especially for DevWars for us. You know, it's
I
way more
agree.
approachable for everyone. I hated like how Slack made it a little difficult with the invites for people to join. It was like an exclusivity thing, and we kind of didn't want that for DevWars. We wanted everyone to be able to join very easily. You know, and so that's kind of why it makes more sense for us. But like I will say, because we were using Slack prior to Discord for DevWars, and we had a community there, and we eventually transitioned to Discord. But you know, when I made that transition, I quite liked the messaging, like overall, like text communication with Slack. I actually liked it, and like the PMing and stuff. It was just for some reason it felt easier. I don't know what your guys' take is on this, but it feels feels a little bit tougher to like contact someone on Discord sometimes, like starting a personal message thread. There's like definitely like a 2-step process to contact them.
I definitely dig Discord like more than I like Discord more than I like Slack, but
I do
Discord
too.
also has a very gamer feel to it.
Yeah.
Don't dig that for professional use. Also wanted to point out, for the people that say you can't build a desktop app on web technologies without it being bloated and trash, look at Discord. Right now I'm in a voice call. It's using 27 megabytes of RAM, and it's super fast. Its animations are god tier. So all those people on Hacker News that are, you can't use web technologies for desktop app. Yeah, nah, not.
Isn't
yeah.
VS Code web technology?
Yep, and they're doing damn well, I'll say so.
They're killing it. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Discord, and they're definitely focused on making their product better, which is amazing.
Oh yeah,
They
oh,
keep
my
surprising
God,
us.
And it's
like,
it's a small team too. Like I think Slack has like somewhere around 500 employees, and Discord has less than 100. I think.
yeah, you know, sometimes small teams can be very, very good. Like, you know, the larger the team gets, sometimes it takes forever to do stuff because there's so many people that need to be, like, so many different separated teams, and like most of the time, you don't even know what the other team is doing, especially when you're that large. And
Yeah.
you know, information takes forever to get around, and you know, so no, that's awesome that Discord is where it is.
So jumping back a little bit to like workflow and between Steven and I. So like what we generally do is like, so let's say we kind of have like a website to do. Usually what happens is Steven will get, either he does the design or he has someone else who does the design. he turns those into like static web pages, and then him and I collaborate on what needs to be interactive, and then I write the API and then implement the functionality on the front end. And then that's usually it.
Yeah,
and we have like a
it's
sick workflow
awesome.
now. Like,
Yeah, we're pretty quick. Like when we get down to it, like
yeah,
it's awesome. I love I love developing static stuff and then seeing it come to life. It's like a really feel good feeling. Does it feel good for you to bring it to life?
no, it's terrifying watching.
No, I hate doing it. Stop.
Because like sometimes it's kind of funny. Like it's you build it static, and then it's kind of cool to see the mind of like the non-backend dev who just like expects. Of course, you expect it to work, but it's just like you're using a website. You're just like, okay, this definitely is not, and you get like this kind of third, a different point of view than like me testing it, because you just use it like it's a website, and I naturally will avoid things that I know will go wrong, even if it's subconscious. Like I'll do that. That's just like a thing with backend devs apparently. True fact. So you just get that, you just use it like a user, and that's like amazing.
Yeah, no, that's good. I mean, and that's exactly why you're back end too, because like you're supposed to be mindful over these things. And like for me, like too, I'm also trying to make sure that, you know, everything makes sense for Terrence when he goes in to make it dynamic. Like I have to be mindful of like, you know, what tags he needs to convert, and this all goes into like, you know, me ticketing these out to him, give him clear instructions. So I'm very much thinking of how the whole process will look, so that he doesn't necessarily have to worry about the user side of things. He just worries about like getting it to work first of all, and then, you know, some of the issues with potential conflicts that a user can face or the server can face, securities or whatever, all that stuff.
So by the way, Freakspot just said, so you do front end too? Yeah, but I call it middle end as a meme, kind of, because I only do the JavaScript side. And one of my favorite things to do is when Steven gives me like all this static HTML, is turning that into components. That's so fun. Just like choosing like which thing could be a component and like which one of these. I don't know. It's just cool. Like you kind of strip out a lot of the HTML and everything just looks cleaner at the end of the day.
Yeah, I feel like planning for the future is very, I don't know, making your code more prone to what's going to happen in the future is always a feel good.
No, yeah.
It feels good.
I can go to sleep happy.
Yeah, the Terrence
didn't just leave a static HTML mess. Like
it feels good to delete code, doesn't it?
Oh, that's my favorite
thing. It does
thing.
The same thing. Oh, it's so good. Every whatever you're doing, front end, back end, you can experience this.
Yeah. Oh, your SCSS game has been on point too. Anybody, just go on the DevWars repo and just look at Steven's SCSS.
Just don't mind the folder structure, please.
Oh, okay. Can we just talk about that?
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Why don't we?
Okay, look. There are certain choices that need to be made when making an application. We could have gone the separate repo way and had a completely separate front end and a completely separate back end. We're still doing that. It just happens to be in one repository. And now it's in source main resources static, and then you're there for you guys. Source
you
main
missed 4 other folders, mister.
What do you mean? Source main resources static.
No, there's like 4 other folders before that.
No, there's not. I promise you there's not.
I promise you there is. Because I had to navigate to it many times.
Yeah, he's probably coming from like his like desktop.
I'm definitely coming from my point of view.
Wait, hold on. Chris said, really, Terrence? I have all of it. The JavaScript, the front-end frameworks, components, just all of it. I just don't want to do anything outside of Laravel. Is he making fun of me? I can't figure it out.
He's like low-key, he hates you.
I hate all of it. I'm so confused.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know. Yeah. So I feel like if Nitro was half as expensive, so $25 a year, they would have more than double the number of people paying for it. I'd def get Nitro for $25 a year. Yeah. A lot of companies have a lot of trouble doing what's the word I'm looking for? Payment like plans. What's the word I'm looking for?
But like
subscriptions?
Yeah, plans, stuff like that. It's like they go for like more a month, and I would gladly pay like $25 for a year. And he's right that probably a bunch more people would buy it. And then they could spend money on like servers for like screen sharing and making sure that's solid.
What is it right now? The cost?
Why
for
would
Nitro?
you do that if you can just take a VC's money?
Oh yeah, that's well. Eventually, they have to see return on investment. You know?
Nah.
What is the cost? What is the cost right now for Nitro?
$5 a month, right?
Okay. I don't know. Like, I feel like their price makes sense, especially if you consider the fact that they've been working hard to like push out new features that haven't been there not too long ago. And so I think they have even more plans, and I think they'll undervalue their service if they, if they lower their costs.
I'm really considering buying Nitro because of the screen sharing thing.
Yeah, see
like,
what I
that is
mean? Like, that was
awesome.
one feature they added, and it's like, it's great.
Sharing, like when Steven shared, he was telling me he was sharing in like 1080p, and he couldn't tell if it was his monitor or if it was like, because he had it full screen or whatever. Like, it was so convincing how like the quality was fantastic. All right, so FreakSpot's making fun of the directory. It's source main, resources, static source, SCSS. Now that just rolls off the tongue. All right, obviously I was able to say it fast. So look, it's just that. Look, static is where the static web content is. Let me try to justify this here. In a Spring Boot app, no, don't do this. It has to be that deep. That's where the directory is in Java. That's just how it goes. I'm sorry, everybody.
Oh yeah, there's so many. I don't know. I was writing Kotlin one day, and I didn't have the folder structure right, so it wouldn't run. I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah, dude, they're very particular about that stuff when you're using like Kotlin. How do you like Kotlin?
Yeah, it's great. I love
Fly, right, dude? It's like
Yeah.
you get the sweet syntax of Java, like the sweet, beautiful, easy of JavaScript, all that sugar, and then you get like the type safety of Java. It's just like a sweet in betweener.
Yeah, I love it.
How do you feel about types, by the way? Or let's quickly.
Ooh, yeah. let's
Fire types
start a
and
war.
like grass typers, like.
No, like I don't do. I don't. Like, how does that happen?
Oh my god.
Steven, you might have ADD, dude. This is Adam.
Okay, like types in JavaScript.
Yeah, but okay. For the record, we're using TypeScript for the new DevWars stuff, and I don't like it.
Oh dang! Shots
Okay,
fired right at dawn. 10 down.
Okay, no. Okay, so I'm not used to like making websites. So when it comes to doing types for HTML, like I actually don't like it either. Like I think I made a huge mistake. I'm sorry for that, but I love TypeScript. Love TypeScript because.
So I'm just getting a bad situation. It's not TypeScript.
Let's hear Terrence's view. Why do you hate TypeScript? Share the audience.
Oh, okay. Well, I totally get what Don's saying, and everything I'm going to say is invalid. So, like, there's a lot of shimming you have to do between TypeScript and the DOM right now. Like, and especially Angular and things like being... it's so unnecessary because I'm using all these libraries that were initially made for original JavaScript, and they're trying to do type definitions, and it just looks so ugly, honestly. But damn, do I love ES6. I love ES6. That is... people always complain about, like, the type safety and stuff like that, but if you write tests and, like, there are valid reasons for types, and if you need a type, go for it, and just make a class and know that that's the type that you're making. I think a flow is what I want. I'm pretty sure flow is what I want, by the way.
I don't know. We're actually going to be switching away from flow at work.
Oh, you don't like it?
So we use flow for the UI automation tests.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to be switching away from that to TypeScript.
Is it just as bad with all the shimming and stuff?
It's just flow isn't working the way we want it to work in certain cases. It's just... I don't know. I would definitely need to gather. We should talk about that in another podcast, like flow versus TypeScript.
In the future, because this is our last podcast. I don't know if you guys know.
Oh my god.
Oh.
It's sad.
Why? Why are we stopping, dude? This is clearly...
I just wiped a tear.
Aw, Steven. Yeah, I don't see why we have to stop, dude. I did actually. I kind of want to stop, but
No. Like, no. The real reason is because we have other exciting plans for the coming weeks. Because I don't know if you guys noticed, bottom left, exciting news. February 17th, we're launching season 3. So, guys, this is the real prize. Keep your eye on the prize, guys. You gotta persevere. We're almost there. It's like a month away.
it's very interesting because they're excited. I think I'm terrified.
Yeah,
One
I'm
of
so
those
scared.
things.
We're terrified because we want to make sure that it's everything you guys expected it to be and more. But you guys are
Not
excited,
because
yeah?
we're behind.
Not because we're behind. Why would we?
Why would that ever be the case?
That's funny that you say that because that's irrelevant.
That's totally relevant. I just like, all right.
Should we talk about open source?
Should we?
I mean, like, who needs open source? Like,
oh,
Ooh.
JK,
Ooh.
JK, I did bad.
close one, man. You probably a lot of people in here.
Just trying to start drama.
Triggered.
I
No, I
mean,
love open source.
yeah, and before season 3 is delayed until March. I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen.
It's not.
I don't know. Open source. Like, have you guys ever contributed to open source?
What's that?
Have you ever contributed
Yeah,
to open source?
DevWars.
Ow, got him.
Dude, that doesn't count. Have you ever contributed to anything other people like? You know what I mean? Like an actual. You feel? You know what I mean? Like an open source library kind of feel.
No, yeah, I haven't.
It's.
Same.
I did once for this date picker library, and there was a feature that I wanted. So usually what I do when I want a new feature, I'll just take the JavaScript, copy it, and do it myself and load it in manually. But I was like, let me do the right thing and do a pull request, and he accepted it, and it was cool.
Nice.
So I was pretty happy.
That's
It made me feel. I was like, dude, I'm helping the world.
I bet that's what that would feel like.
I'm doing you a favor. No, I want to. It's definitely something that I want to do before. It's kind of like a 20
Before you die, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's on the bucket list.
I want to link the pull request so everybody knows what a quality pull request looks like.
Make sure you comment on it and saying Terrence is awesome.
How do you
Wait,
you
Can
go to pull
comment
request
on an old PR?
probably, right?
Huh,
I don't want
it might be
open.
closed though.
Here it is. Position the calendar relative to the specified element. Dude, this is like quality stuff.
Oh, so
right
you
here.
wrote CSS or?
No, it was like a JavaScript thing. I remember before. Let me read my pull request, see if I understand it, because I don't even remember. Before this pull request, if you want to do, oh god, my English was wrong. If you want to have an input hidden and use another element to activate the date picker, the calendar cannot determine where to go based on the past element's display none. Oh, I see. Adding a position element option to the config allows you to get around this, and then I put a little before or after kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then code coverage kind of thing, automated, and he said looks good to me with a thumbs up, and close. And I was in there, and then I was like, I remember when I first did it, I thought Airbnb used it because they have like an Airbnb theme. I'm like, oh my god, I'm in Airbnb's code. I'm a legend, but nah, it was just a theme. Yeah. I don't know. Open source. So, you plan on contributing more to open source this upcoming year? Is that like your goal?
100%. Yeah, 100%.
You know what? I feel like everybody in this chat loves memeing on me. Quality pull request number 1. Fail at English. People in here think I don't know Git. It's so hurtful. Oh, dude, Chris, he contributed to one of Spatty B's libraries.
Chris, I called him Chris.
Chris? I don't know how to say his name. But, I don't know. Open source is... Spatty B puts out, like, a lot of good open source packages. If you don't... They're, like, Laravel dudes. Big, good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there's not much to talk about with open source. We should probably wrap up here. Anyway, we've been going for an hour 20.
I gotta say, this is probably my favorite podcast we did so far. What do you guys think?
It was the most zen, like for sure.
Zen. Wow, that's
like-
transcendence level.
We tackled the hard questions.
Did we though?
Yeah.
But
Adderall.
did we really though?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Nice.
I mean,
just
do you
wish we
want
could
another
do
hard
this
question?
more. Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
down
no,
to chill and
we're
talk.
definitely like if you guys enjoyed the whole series, we're definitely planning on continuing it. So don't cry too much. I know none of you are crying though. So
Can we just tell them what the chaos is that happened last night and like this morning? So
Wait, what chaos?
What
well, okay,
chaos?
well, okay. To you guys, it wasn't chaos. For me, I kind of woke up in okay. So I woke up last night. I had some fun, and this morning I woke up at 10:30, which is an hour and a half before the podcast, and I see a text from Don and like in our group chat saying, "Oh my god, I forgot about the podcast. I'm so drunk," or something like that. And I'm like, "Oh god, we lost.
Lost game
Oh,
over.
like, rip this podcast." So
Okay, so you know how on the last podcast we talked about things you can do with your friends.
oh yeah.
That doesn't involve intoxication. So we went to a esports like watch event for Overwatch. It was like the San
Ooh.
Francisco Sharks versus the
Dang.
China team. Yeah,
What?
I believe we won. And so yeah, that was really fun. We were like eating and stuff, and then of course they had a bar, and so we were like, yeah, we should get a drink. And then I don't know, just one thing led to another, and we kept drinking, and it was a shit show. Like,
Wow.
there you
it was
go.
terrible.
Was
It
that like
terrible.
relative to how many drinks do you have before you get pretty toasty, do you think? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know. It depends like what I eat. It depends
yeah.
like what time of day, but I don't know.
I
wouldn't
can't
be able
imagine
to give a
being drunk,
specific
dude.
number.
I don't know. Like, do you get what kind of drunk are you? Funny, like angry? What do you get? Or do you just fall a lot?
I just talk extremely loud.
Oh, that's a good
Wow.
one.
Yeah,
That's a
I don't
nice
know.
perk.
It's yeah.
I've never seen Steven drunk either. I know
And you
he had a
never
glass of
will.
wine with me. What yeah, probably not. I don't know. You're very pure.
Oh, do you mean it?
Hop on those ads though. Addies.
Yeah, get on them addies.
Oh god, Don. I do the more I drink, the louder I get. It's horrible. Yeah, I guess that's just a thing. You get loud. I really love music when I'm drunk. Like that's that's actually
I like
the main
love
reason
dance.
I get drunk these days because I don't like music that much anymore unless I don't know.
What?
I know. It's like the worst
Oh
thing that's
my
happened to me so
God.
far.
Terrence, please
Yeah,
save
right.
yourself. Go to therapy.
Oh no, it's not
So
like
okay, so you went to esports, like the actual like where they have the red and blue lights
So
and all that stuff.
yeah, it was a viewing party. So it wasn't at the actual stadium. I believe the
Oh.
actual stadium is in Los Angeles.
which
but
you're
yeah.
pretty close to.
It's about a 4 to 5 hour drive.
oh
Why didn't you go?
what?
First of all, I don't have a car. Second, that would be an extremely costly Uber. Just for
You don't have
just
friends
for
that
one
could
day.
like you plan around like, hey, let's go to the thing, let's drive there.
Yeah, but why do that when we can just go to a bar and just-
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like watching a football game. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where like you got to do once, you know?
yeah. Well.
Take us out, Terrence.
What? Am I wrong?
Going to an esports competition?
Doesn't that sound fun? I've wanted to do that.
Yeah, it
at
sounds
least
fun,
once.
but I mean,
Yeah,
I've
it's
never in my
amazing.
life heard someone say, "Dude, you haven't lived until
You
you've
haven't-
I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that.
one of those things you
But
gotta
like
do
you
once."
use football as an example, like you know, I mean, go to a football like an actual football game once, you know.
Never been to one.
Well, no,
Don, have you ever been to
but
a
you're not-
football game?
But then again, I'm not a football fan, so I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Now that I think about it, I don't think have. Like, I've never been to a football. I've been to a baseball game.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
That's
but if
like-
you're into
that's a hoot.
like if you're into
America.
esports, then wouldn't it make sense to go to at least one?
I would love to go to one. Facts.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah, honestly.
at least have the
Okay,
desire
yeah.
to.
Yeah, you're definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were like listing it as a bucket list.
No,
item or
no,
something.
no, 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 silly, no.
What are some
Before-
things on your guys' bucket list, or the things you guys want? What? Let's just assume this is the end of the world right now because the podcast is ending.
Yeah, the podcast is over.
I
So
want to have Terrence working.
Tricks
at
on you
this
guys.
office.
We're not coming back.
why don't we just do like a little Q&A too, like while we're at it? Like people just ask whatever you want. I'm an open book.
Yeah, because
So,
this is the last podcast. Let's open the door a little bit for some QA, guys. Bring in your questions.
Steven, cut all this off from the YouTube so it doesn't run too long, and this will be like special for the Twitch viewers, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So let's do an outro right now and just cut it for that. Oh no, we can just do that at the end anyway.
Let's do it right now. It's been.
All right,
sad.
guys.
No,
Thanks for watching.
We can't
you know
just
what?
end it. We can't just.
I can't. This fucking guy.
10 out of 10.
Like it's just like it's the last podcast, you know, sort of thing. We can. You got to do it right. All right, no pressure. Go ahead.
Me? Oh. All right, guys. This concludes this season. This podcast.
see,
No,
I
all right.
It's just. It's not that good. Don, why don't you give it a try?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Steven, all you now. You lost any
No,
shot
no, no.
of
Okay,
me
I'm
doing
sorry. I'm sorry.
anything.
Go ahead. You did good.
I'm already triggered.
No, no, no,
Chris
you
in the
did
chat. Terrence, how did the Git 101 camp go? You see this, bro? Your chat is so toxic, dude.
I know. Just don't mind them. They don't mean it. I think.
I can't do this outro now.
No. You got it. You were doing good.
I'm not gonna do. I can't.
No,
You're
just
gonna make
breathe,
me laugh.
breathe.
Breathe. I got no. All right, guys. Thanks for watching episode 4 of the DevWars podcast. This concludes the podcast for the preseason of DevWars season 3. Get ready. We'll be launching February 17th, and hopefully we'll see you then.
Boom.